Hey everyone, Happy New Year! My name is Megan. I own multiple small businesses, and in today's video I have a big announcement to make, which I'll go into more details later on. But in summary, I'm moving. It's a very exciting time, and like I said, I'll kind of go more into details about that later on. And I just wanted to give you all a shout out, especially to my new subscribers. I just want to let you know that I really appreciate you guys subscribing to my channel. I have a lot of content ideas, which I'll kind of share more about later on. But today's video is not only an announcement video, but I kind of want to tell you guys a little bit more about myself and kind of my growth this year. 2021, of course, it's not 2021 anymore, it's 2022. Which again is always an adjustment. So I want to go over what I accomplished in 2021 and also what my goals are for 2022. So let's get to it. So one thing that I really accomplished last year was creating a new website. If you've been following my channel, I have actually a video about creating my own website and kind of the whole process with that. So if you haven't seen that already, please go check that out. I'll probably include that above somewhere or below in the description, I don't really know. So yeah, that was really a big accomplishment for me. I did attempt to go create websites for my other shops and it just didn't really work. So what I did is I created a kind of a cohesive website because I have 3 Etsy shops right now. And that leads me to one of my future goals for this year is to eventually bring all those buyers for my Etsy shops and bring them to my own personal website so then I don't have to deal with Etsy fees and all that sorts of stuff. So kind of going into more details about my Etsy shops because I don't think I really ever explained that. So like I said, I have 3 Etsy shops. One is called Yarn Designs by Megan. As you can probably tell by the title, it's super seasonal. So I sell knit scarves and hats and headbands. So I really added a lot of new items to that shop this year, which is a really big accomplishment for me. And I wasn't super happy with the photos that I had, so I made all new scarves and hats and different things like that just to kind of freshen up my pictures, which I think has really helped my shop grow a lot. So in the past, I only really offered scarves, so I decided to make some hats and headbands, and I even have some more headbands that I'm planning on releasing probably today. They're not all done, but I have some that are ready to go and ready to ship, so that's really great. So that was a really big accomplishment for me, was kind of fixing up that website because that was my first ever Etsy shop, to be honest. I think when did I create it? I think it was like 2016, I want to say. So it's been about, let's see, 6 plus 4, 20, so 6 years, 7? I don't know, I can't do math right now. You can figure it out. Like I said, I started it in 2016. So yeah, so that was a really big accomplishment for me this year, just kind of fixing that up well before the fall because a lot of the knitwear becomes more popular in the fall and winter. And I have more plans to add more to that shop as well. I also have a shop called Uncommon Jane Boutique, which I've had a lot of changes to that shop as well this year. So in that shop, I have a lot of purses and shoulder bags and different things like that. Right now I'm kind of transitioning away from that and kind of going more into the home decor section. So if you don't already know, last Christmas I sold a lot of placemats, embroidered placemats, and don't get me wrong, they're great, you know, they look perfect, but they take a very long time to make. So I decided not to sell those into my shop next year, and I really want to concentrate more on home decor, making some embroidered pillows and different wall hangings, and I don't know exactly what I want to do with that shop, but I definitely know I want to focus more on home decor. And kind of get away from making purses because as a crafter, if you guys, I'm assuming you all are crafters, you know that you go through phases where you're super into something and then not long later you're just kind of not into it anymore. So I'm kind of transitioning in that shop and exactly what I want to make for that. So that's kind of one of my goals for that. And then I also have a shop called Uncommon Jane Apparel. So I sell apparel, if you can't already tell by the title. One thing about that is it's kind of a mixture of kids and adult clothing. And I did have a website called Uncommon Jane Kids that I created this year. I decided not to go that route because I wasn't really bringing in any traffic, but I'm not much of a social media person, so you kind of have to be a social media person in order to bring traffic to your website. So yeah, I decided not to go with that website anymore. But I did reach 100 sales in that Etsy shop, so that's really great. I sell a lot of kids shirts and kids outfits. Baby blankets are a big seller for me right now. I sell dresses, and I also have some adult clothing on it as well. So for example, I sell some 2022 sweatshirts and hoodies for seniors, which I really enjoyed making. I really want to figure out how to grow that part of the business, but I think I want this Etsy shop to mainly concentrate on kids apparel, because that's what the majority of my buyers are looking at when they're come to my website, because I would say maybe like 90% is kid stuff, and then 10% is adult stuff. So I kind of want to like concentrate that one shop into kids items, because again, that's kind of my bestseller area. So yeah, I just wanted to quickly explain what those shops are. And again, I have my new website called Megan Louise Crafts, which I'm kind of combining all three of my Etsy shops onto that. So that was a really big accomplishment for me this year, was to just kind of create that website. And a big goal for next year is to get all my items for my Etsy shop onto that website, because I don't have all of my kids stuff. I think I only have a couple baby blankets on there, and I have lots of kid shirts and different things like that that I want to add to that website. So that's a big goal for me. Another big accomplishment is that I added new items to all three of my shops. Again, you kind of go through phases as a crafter, so I kind of wanted to create items that, based off of what my best sellers are, and to kind of create items similar to those best sellers in order to increase my sales. So that's kind of a big goal for me. One of my big sellers was kids dresses, so I want to make different kids dresses, particularly birthday dresses, and kind of birthday outfits for girls and boys. So that's kind of one of my goals for next year. One of my accomplishments was expanding my sewing skills, and I did get a serger this year, so that's been really great, is learning how to serge. Wasn't too much of a learning curve actually, because I have a decent amount of experience in sewing, so it's kind of like the same thing in a way, a little bit kind of. Yeah, so really I always want to learn as much as I can, expand my skills. So yeah, that's a really big accomplishment for me that I made this year. And again, I want to definitely keep going with that, keep learning as much as I can in order to create the best products that not only sell well, but that I'm passionate about making. Another big goal that I met towards the end of this year was attending my first craft show. So if you don't already know, I have a series, kind of market prep show series, and then also kind of a review how my first craft show went. So that was really great. Growing up, I always thought doing craft shows would be a lot of fun, but it looked like a lot of work. But I really enjoyed that experience. It was just such a positive thing for me, especially since, if you don't already know, I left my most recent job in the beginning of October. So I had a good amount of time to kind of concentrate on my Etsy shop, of course, looking for a job. That's always a priority, of course. Yeah, so it was a really great experience doing the craft shows and kind of concentrating on my shops, adding new items, and just expanding my craft overall. I also updated my shipping supplies, which was a big accomplishment for me. I wanted to kind of find cheap, free ways to create high quality shipping supplies. So of course I utilize Amazon a lot, but I also figured out how to kind of make postcards, especially for thank you cards, and linking people to my websites, care instructions, and things like that. So I got a big bunch of cardstock from Michael's, and then I used my printer to print them all up, and then I kind of cut them individually. So instead of going through Vistaprint and spending a ton of money and waiting for them to ship. I can just make them at my home, which makes the process a whole lot easier. All right, my next thing is that I overall focused on what makes me happy, or what makes because I'm still happy. But yeah, so the beginning of 2021, I didn't have a job. You know, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. I got my graduate degree in 2019. It took me a while to get a job, and then I got a temp job. And then COVID hit, and then I lost that job. It was just kind of a whole hot mess express sort of situation. So since the beginning of this year, I just really wanted to focus on doing what makes me happy, which kind of led me to creating a YouTube channel. I've always wanted to create a YouTube channel. I just didn't know what content I want to do. And I'm a pretty shy, introverted person, so I was like, oh God, talking to a camera and millions of people. Well, you're not millions yet, but hopefully one day you could be millions. But yeah, doing that was just kind of intimidating. I didn't know how to edit videos. So eventually, towards the end of 2021, I bit the bullet. And here I am talking to you all, starting to become more comfortable talking to the camera. You know, I just kind of think of it as talking to a friend. And obviously you all have an interest in the same stuff that I'm interested in, especially since you're watching or if you're subscribed or whatever. By the way, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, just putting that out there. So yeah, I mean, I've definitely become a lot happier concentrating on this and concentrating on my Etsy shops. And I just had a lot of personal growth this year. I've also explored social media. So believe it or not, I recently discovered TikTok, probably I would say in the fall or maybe late summer, I would say. So I was kind of putting that off. I was like, I don't know. But I'm really enjoying TikTok and learning how to use it, as well as Instagram and Instagram Reels, and using that to kind of help promote my business. And so that brings me to my big announcement for 2022. On January 3rd, I'm going to be starting a new job, which will require me to move. So yeah, I'm going to be getting my own apartment, particularly a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm super excited for this, kind of a little nervous and a little apprehensive about what the future will hold, but I just really felt like it was time for me to kind of explore a new area. So I'm going to, right now I live with my parents. You know, that was kind of also a goal for me, was to start looking at places and moving out. But then I got this job, and it's an hour and a half away, so that kind of helped resolve that issue. Not that I'm not happy living with my parents, I just felt like it was time for me to find my own place, especially since during grad school I did live on my own. So I kind of had that little bug in me, like independence streak there. So yeah, that was really great. That all happened like beginning of December. Everything just fell into place, and it just felt like this job was like the perfect fit for me, and it's in my field. You know, I was struggling for 2 years trying to get a job in my field, so just to know that I got the job, I'm all set, and I start in 2 days, which is a little nerve-wracking. But yeah, so I got a 2-bedroom apartment, one for my craft room, and it's in a really great, safe area. You know, lots to do there, kind of some young people like me living there, young professionals, so that's nice. So yeah, like I said, I'm super excited to see what this new avenue will bring for me. Hopefully a lot of personal growth. I would love to do craft shows in that area as well. If you don't know, I'm in the New York area. I'm still going to be in New York, just kind of towards the west a little bit. I'm kind of central, and then I'm going to go towards the west. So yeah, I'm super excited about that. And, you know, going into 2022, before I got this job, you know, I was again going through a lot of uncertainty because my last position, let's just say, was not the best fit for me. And I was kind of, towards the end of 2021, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I was freaking out, but then thank God this job came along, and it's a great fit for me, and I think I will fit in well with their office. So yeah, I'm super excited for this upcoming opportunity. Yeah, so 2022 goals is to definitely become more organized. If you can't already tell, the back here is like a hot mess. Don't worry, it freaks me out as well. So if you're freaking out, like, I'm right there with you. Got lots of packing to do, which also freaks me out. I have a lot of not only packing, but just organizing and putting stuff in its place and then packing it, as well as just packing for an apartment in general is gonna be like, you know, a situation there. And yeah, so like I said, I want to continue to grow my shops, start to transition to my own website as well, and then adding new. Okay, so like I was saying, I want to add all my items to my website because I kind of only have like maybe 20% of my items on there, probably not even that much. So again, I want to transition to my own website, grow my social media, figure more about social media. Like, I'm just like barely scraping the surface. I just discovered Instagram Reels, which as a business owner is like, you should have figured that out a while ago, but I'm figuring it out now, so it's fine. I really want to draw more people to my website, which I started to do at the end of 2021. So I kind of created cards, you know, thank you for your purchase, check out my new website, and then I had a link, you know, meganlouisecrafts.com or whatever, as always, as including linking my YouTube and different social medias as well to that. So I want to draw more people to that. Also through social media and through my purchases that people make for me. Also, children's clothing is a big seller for me as well, so I want to add more children's clothing. Baby blankets, birthday outfits is a big one that I want to make as well. And definitely doing more craft shows. So although I don't have any booked right now, I definitely want to book one for mid-February, I would say, because hopefully at that point I'll kind of be, you know, nestled into my apartment, and hopefully my craft room will somewhat be together. So yeah, probably will be in the Syracuse area, which is where I'm from. So I will kind of, because I would come home a lot. I'll probably come home a decent amount on the weekends. So just kind of sticking in this area, but I also joined some Facebook groups in the area that I'm moving to. So we'll kind of see what happens with that. Again, being more active on social media. And then, as I mentioned before, I wanted to create a YouTube channel for a long time. And I just kind of was a little nervous about it, but then I finally bit the bullet. And I'm really seeing an increase in subscribers and viewer content, or people viewing my videos. So I just want to give you guys a shout out. Like, generally, thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Hopefully you're watching up to this point as well. So again, thank you so much. I have a lot of content that I have planned. Although my videos are mainly concentrated on embroidery, I also want to do like pattern reviews, like crochet and knitting pattern reviews, just in case you guys are interested in that. Because it's Megan Louise Crafts, it's not like embroidery focused or whatever. And then I also just overall want to do reviews on certain products that you guys may find interested in, give you my honest review. And I did do one on my embroidery machine, so if you haven't checked that out, please feel free to check that out as well. I kind of go more into details about my machine and what I thought of it, since I've had it for a year. Definitely becoming more organized. This space gets dirty so easily. I'm just not a clean person in general, so I want to kind of change that for my apartment since it's my space. I'm not like this isn't my space either, but you know what I mean. And I also want to use my craft space to the best of my abilities. So one thing that's really nice about my apartment is that it's a 2-bedroom apartment technically. So my craft room will also be considered a bedroom. So hopefully it'll be a decent size. I haven't checked it out. I did check out another kind of space before, but it wasn't a 2-bedroom. It wasn't this apartment that I'm going to be getting now. So it'll be kind of nerve-wracking walking into my apartment for the first time, but you know, I'm excited. It'll be a really great opportunity for me. Also a big goal, which I sucked at this year, it was horrible, is keeping track of my revenue and expenses. So as I mentioned before, I have 3 Etsy shops and a website. I did not keep track of anything at all, which is pretty bad. So I want to keep track of how much I made off of each item, how much my expenses are, and different things like that. So then I can have a better idea at the end of the year how much money I made. But that was my goal for 2021, and obviously that didn't happen. But hopefully 2022, I can be on top of it. I also want to have better CEO, or SEO, CEO. Oh God, better SEO. So that's search engine optimization, if you don't know. So I want to have better tags. I do have Sales Samurai, but I haven't really played around with that too much. So I definitely want to look into that more, just to overall increase my tags, increase views. I don't know if I'm going to do ads. Probably only time I'll do ads is like on seasonal items when it's kind of close to that season. So for example, Valentine's Day is coming up, so I'll probably do ads on Valentine's items. I don't really know about ads though. Like for Christmas they worked out great, but other than that, like ads never really work out for me. I just keep on spending more and more money, so that's not good. And I overall want to save as much money as I can. It would be great if I can get a multi-needle machine this year. And I definitely want to expand my embroidery business and kind of what I offer to people. Like I said, I want to also concentrate on home decor and different in the hoop projects, because I think in the hoop is a lot of fun. So definitely check out future tutorials for that. I have a couple ideas for Valentine's Day. And yeah, overall just transitioning from Etsy to a website. Although I love Etsy and you just post your items and wait for the sales to come in. Just the idea of all those freaking, what's it called? Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. All those expenses and different things like that you have to pay for Etsy. It just is kind of like, ooh. So I want to transition to my own website, kind of make like one concentrated brand for all of my items is a big goal for me for 2022. But yeah, like I said, I'm super excited for what 2022 will bring. Overall, 2021 was definitely a roller coaster, but I'm on a high right now. You know, I got the new job coming up and moving into my apartment, which is another thing. So I start my job January 3rd, but I don't move into my apartment until January 11th, which is a Tuesday. So I will be staying in a hotel for that week, and then I'll go home, or I'll come back here to my parents on the weekend, and then I'm hoping to move in on a Monday instead of a Tuesday, because then I don't want to have to stay in all these hotels and go back and forth and all that gas money and stuff like that. But we'll see what happens. You know, it's a new chapter. I think overall it increased the quality of my videos. Hopefully there won't be as much of a mess as you see here. Again, I really want to stay more organized, and I think I'll have more space to work with definitely when I get my own place. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I hope you all have a really productive 2022. I hope you had a really great New Year's Eve as well. Hopefully you spent time with friends and family, but if you didn't, I hope you enjoyed the time by yourself. You know, there's nothing wrong with hanging by yourself, especially given all the crap going on in the world right now. So again, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching, not only this video, but all my videos, and please consider subscribing. I have a lot of content that I have planned coming up, so again, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and let me know, leave a comment down below, what are your 2022 goals, and what have you accomplished in 2021. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, please consider giving it a thumbs up, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.